2020, more than 4 in 10 babies born in the U.S. were born to unmarried mothers, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Of the more than 3.5 million births that year, a total of 1.4 million were to unmarried mothers, which is 40.5% of the total. Compare this to 1969, with 10% of babies born to unmarried mothers. It reached 40% for the first time in 2008. Since then, the percentage has been 40% or above every year except 2018, when it dipped to 39.6%. 3 states reported ratios above 50% for births to unmarried women, including Mississippi, Louisiana, and New Mexico. Of all the births to unmarried women in 2020, taxpayers through Medicaid paid for 42% of the births. But the stats also show that the number of educated and better stable number of unmarried women grew as well, which is the point of this video, to try to explain why more women are choosing to remain single for the time being to raise their children alone. For the generation under age 35, nearly half of all births are now outside of marriage. Among young women without a college degree, 55% of births are outside of marriage, according to Child Trends research. Many of these mothers feel no urgency to tie the knot. More report that they don't want to be in their mid-30s having kids anew. By their mid-30s, they want to be able to put more effort into getting married. Also, there is a worry by many unmarried moms with the high divorce rate, so they are leery of the institution of marriage. 90% of married couples agree that marriage is hard work. Many unwed moms have concerns about having their partners cohabitate in the home. In the U.S., on average, unwed couples are far more likely to split up by the time their child is age 5. Research shows that split-ups can cause a host of negative impacts on children. It can lead to behavior and academic problems because of feeling less stability in the home. Another factor in single mothers delaying marriage is the factor of money. Instead of marriage being a vehicle into adulthood and stability, many young adults now believe it's the cherry on top once you're established and financially secure. The problem is that's becoming harder to do. The Pew Research Center recently looked at how the labor market is affecting the marriage market in various U.S. cities. It found that never married women overwhelmingly say it's very important that a potential spouse have a steady job, even if the mothers have already had children. The Pew study also discovered that there is only 84 employed single men for every 100 single women among adults ages 25 to 34. A changing economy is making marriage almost a luxury, something more and more only for the well-off. Sometimes unwed mothers desire to place career goals ahead of marriage. Surveys show that many moms believe that marriage is just not their be-all and end-all. Stats show that when asked whether getting married is more important than having a successful career, only 19% agreed that it was. One final note, for many years experts have said the media, in advertising and the film industry, have more and more portrayed men as shallow and irrelevant. Could this be leading more heterosexual single women to question marriage, both before or after they've become pregnant? Television ads, for instance, often regard and treat adult males as imbeciles. Aren't families better served by not portraying men and fathers as stupid and unneeded? Why would society set out systematically to undercut men and the family structure? We'll keep an eye on these important trends. This is H.A. Graves.